Internet.
Maybe. I haven't gotten a notification
yet.
Well,
but we've talked for a while.
Apparently
and we need to switch over to the streaming.
Oh, yeah. Over to...
Technical difficulties. If you're at home with us.
Oh, we are. We're live.
All right.
Hey,
so
Internet.
We
did it.
Never mind.
I'm drinking from my own technical difficulties.
Yes, so,
Audie, look at how happy the Amazon people are.
Amazon people. Yes, okay. So, Internet, if you're tuning in, this is the Nights with the Drunk Watch talkback. We've just watched Watchmen episode. Sorry, I need to look at the camera.
Drink every time Travis says watch.
Fuck off. Just watched Watchmen, episode 1, season 1. Summertime.
It's summertime.
It's summer, we're running out of ice.
We're running out of ice. Andrew, please.
Which we realized was actually a lyric from Oklahoma.
Which all of us theater people should have known. I'm Audie.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Mark.
I'm Travis.
We're the Nights with Drunk Watch.
And now our talk begins.
Okay. It's really choppy on here, so I don't know. There's something to be done about that. But two people are watching. And I don't know how we get it on that screen, but from what
Alright, so, I mean, our first impressions are...
There we are. And change it from top chat to live chat.
Also, I hope I did it in public. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Drink for technical difficulties, Internet.
Difficulties.
All right.
I'm sorry we're so choppy. I don't know if it's my laptop or what's going on. And we're just frozen.
All right, so let's just keep talking.
Whatever. We're doing our best. It's going great.
All right, so our first impressions are very much, whoa, WTF, mate. Like,
so much shit is happening.
Okay, so actually, well,
hang on. We're frozen. Cool.
It says it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Great.
Give them more video.
Great.
How do we put more video into
I mean, at least our microphone is working. Hey, I think it's just me and Andrew watching anyway.
You are the two viewers.
We are the two viewers. All right, well, just keep talking. We've got it recorded. We can always just upload it.
All right, so seriously, so much is going on. We've got a complete different history that we're trying to fill ourselves in with, which we haven't learned all of it.
Now, granted, we should also say that, okay, I have seen the film that came out years ago once, way back when, so I don't really remember it. So I'm just trying to watch the show just to watch it. And then other people are trying to listen to every single word and go, wait, how does that relate to the movie that I know?
Me. I don't know a lot about the comic books, but I did watch the movie and I enjoyed it a lot.
So I don't know.
But this was not at all what I was expecting. This was this was tough. It looks like our health is getting better.
I went in with a completely open mind, and it was still very mind-boggling. I feel there are a lot of tiny details in there that we'll definitely go back and rewatch that because there was a lot of information in just little tiny things like an image on a poster behind someone who was talking, like in the schoolroom and whatnot.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that again because there was a lot of stuff going on at once.
It's broadcasting, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm getting sound. The video
Yeah, the video is not great.
Anywho, whatever. So, like Mark said, we've got a whole lot of imagery and references and events. The White Knight. We've got these other different things happening. We've got, this. We've got, mentions of the Minutemen. Possibly the original Watchmen from the movie.
Yeah.
From way back when, not related to now. We've got all sorts of these things kind of building up. The policemen wear masks over themselves. If for some odd reason they're all allowed to be inconspicuous. We've got a bunch of terrorist groups.
No, that's not for some reason. It's to protect them.
It's because people just start. There were so many attacks on policemen that they now not only wear masks, but if you are a cop, you have to have a secret identity and pretend to be going somewhere else when you're actually going to
That
work.
was the White Knight.
That was the White Knight.
Yeah.
We don't know what was the reason behind it, but I mean, like, we've been given lots of subtle hints as to all these different things that
Okay,
are
well,
happening.
here, well, all right, so let's go through the timeline for what we know. So they started with the Tulsa riots in 1921, which we did have to look up and say, yes, that was a real thing. It is considered the deadliest racial riot, I forget the words, in history. I think about like 36 people died, and that is a real thing. And actually, even the images on Google show like a city just like in smoke.
Yeah.
So that happened, and then they jump forward almost a century.
I did not expect, I didn't expect anything that was happening. First, I'd like to start off by saying Regina King is amazing. I'm so glad she's in this.
Everyone's been raving about her.
Kicking ass. Everybody's really interested. I mean, this is a fucking powerhouse cast. If Jeremy Irons has said yes to being in this, you know this is going to be some quality shit. Because Jeremy Irons is not in just anything.
Yeah.
So, our video is fucked. I'm going to upload the recording later. So, just keep going.
Wait. No, but, and then still going through the timeline. So, it was showing that as they went through the 70s, it seemed like Nixon became president. And then what we are assuming is that Nixon won the Vietnam War.
Yep.
And that Vietnam is now apparently a state of the U.S.?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
what it's...
I mean,
53 states, I guess.
It's mentioned, before Vietnam became a state was a line in the film.
Where'd it get 53?
Oh, sorry. How many states? Oh, we have 50. Sorry.
I'm
an immigrant.
Well, actually, no, that was
Drink for your
interesting. I would
immigrants.
have liked to have seen that again, or a better image of the new flag that they have, which is still red and white stripes,
Yeah, it's
but
the
now
red and white stripes,
it's
but
like a
blue
circle in the
of
middle
stars.
of stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we can see that. I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, because the American flag has been modified over the years, depending on how many states we had. Remember back when we had 48 states and the stars formed a perfect 4x8 square, people were pissed off that they added, Alaska and Hawaii? And they're like, oh, but now it's not a perfect square. It's like, well, if we add more, like Puerto Rico, that is a U.S. territory. It's like, well, how are we going to modify it again?
We've got Guam. We've got American Samoa. We've got all sorts of places that are under U.S. territory. Puerto Rico.
Yep.
U.S. territory. Not considered a state.
Yes, Donald Trump, that is a territory of the United States. I'm going to drink because I got political.
I'm going to drink with it because D.C. should be recognized as a state. D.C.
Yeah, like the Vatican.
All right. So, anywho.
Okay, so beyond that.
And then the last thing, that this new president, Redford?
Yeah,
is it
it's still Robert Redford.
And they
Robert
showed a
Redford.
picture of Robert Redford. He has apparently been president for
30
years.
30
Yeah,
And a
years.
little
Has
fearful
president?
that a Hollywood celebrity became president and never stopped.
Well,
Hey,
okay,
Robert
so Drake-
Redford is by far from the worst person that could be president.
If we're going to pick Hollywood presidents, I would rather it have been
I feel like we need to talk
Redford versus Reagan. Political. Sorry. Drink.
So
But I'm not
here's,
talking about Reagan.
so here's the thing. All this bullshit aside, is Robert Redford about to be in this thing? Because that is what I wish to see. I wish to see Robert Redford in this movie. So, I mean, in the show. Sorry.
Serious.
So, can you imagine? We get some Jeremy Irons, some Robert Redford, some Regina King. Hails to the yes. And what's her name from Designing Women is coming in.
Jean Smart.
Yeah, super exciting cast. I even
Lots
like
of
the
people
little
coming
kid. That Regina King's kid. That kid was really good.
Yeah, he's been in something else too.
He's got a little Jacob Tremblay about
Without
him.
looking all IMDb over it.
Okay, well, we're kind of scattering around. What do we want to talk about next? Speaking of cast, the cast who is in it. What's his face? Mirage,
Don Johnson?
The Image. The one who wears the silver.
Oh,
mask.
Tim Blake Nelson. Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson is
Mirror
there.
face or
LG. It's LG. What is it?
Oh,
Looking
Looking
Glass.
Glass.
Looking Glass.
Looking Glass. Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
We got
character.
lady with the mesh face. She's sister.
No, Knight's sister is.
Nice
Oh, okay.
Sisters. We did,
So what
yeah.
was? But they said her name too.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
mentioned. We've got some dude named Red. He's Russian.
Yes. My favorite.
Go figure.
It seems though like the central conflict is still mostly racial. It's very like,
Yes.
like the KKK is now suddenly the, what is it,
Where
7th Cavalry?
7th Cavalry.
Named after
wear the
Custard's
masks.
Cavalry, you
Custard's
said?
Cavalry.
Cavalry with a K.
Cavalry
Yeah.
with a K.
And everybody in the show keeps saying Calvary, which is making me nuts. But it is Cavalry.
Yeah,
and
Cavalry.
they have set up they're basically the new Al-Qaeda. Like, they're like...
They're the new American terrorists.
They're terrorists.
They are the future advanced, or the future
they were trying to make bombs
form of the
and
KKK. And they're using Rorschach masks
Rorschach.
as...
Pirate Jenny.
Did I not say that?
Yes.
You said Rorschach.
Which
It's
are
Rorschach.
considered
Rorschach.
illegal contraband.
Rorschach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, where... Because clearly the Minutemen existed. However, I did not see Rorschach in that lineup of Minutemen. We got Silk
He would've
Spectre.
been-
We got...
He was always the odd man out. He was always
Yeah,
the
that's
vigilante.
true, that's
and that's
true.
why he was given so much grief.
But
in
I'm
the
wondering, like,
movie.
if he actually did exist, or if he's going to be a character that will somehow rise out of this whole
Well,
thing.
I think this is.
He's my favorite
still-
character, so I'm going to be, like, real partial
I think
about
that's
him.
why I think this is after
Yeah.
all of that. It's after the
agree.
movie.
Yeah.
I agree. This
And
is
we do have this
definitely
big,
after.
this
It's
big
like he's the
premiere
martyr
coming.
that they're basing everything on.
They are, they're currently, like, advertising the big premiere of the Minutemen. American Gods Minutemen is going to be premiering, like, the following day, which I'm guessing is possibly going to play into whatever plan the 7th Cavalry has.
Possibly.
And then we've got Don Johnson, who is basically, like, his name was Judd, right? We said?
Yes.
He
Judd.
went. Don Johnson went Sean Bean on us.
Yeah, that was tough. Spoiler alert, by the way,
Well,
everybody.
yeah, just because he's died in the first episode doesn't mean he's not going to be in the rest of the
That's
series.
true. He may come back. Who knows?
Then I have flashbacks.
But
Because there's a lot of shit that's gone down that we
he
don't
seems
know.
like a good guy. He seems like he's trying to. But then again, we did get that first image of, like, the movie that the kid was watching where the sheriff wound up being a bad guy.
Mhm.
So I'm still uncertain on where Don Johnson stands. However,
Oh yeah, I
Very
didn't
true.
even
Yeah.
put those two
Very
together.
true.
I mean,
And-
that seems like some very like foreshadowing thing.
No, that is true. And we meet the kid, grown up, old man, in a wheelchair, says
Blue
he can
Gus's
lift
here.
200 pounds.
yeah, so he's definitely, like, exhibiting the powers of the Watchmen, because a lot of the Watchmen, that some of them do have powers. Like, Silk Spectre doesn't really, and Night Owl's more like Batman. He, like, builds stuff.
Yeah,
Silk
rich
Spectre's
and
like
smart.
Black Widow. She kind of fights a lot. But then you have my other favorite person, everybody get your drinks, Dr. Manhattan, who made a very
Oh,
tiniest
wait, Audie
brief-
said Manhattan again.
That's why I said get your drinks ready.
Yeah.
He had made the briefest, tiniest appearance.
And Audie could still see his schlong.
I'm waiting for the schlong.
Audie, if
Anyways.
you want to see Schlong,
But when did he make an appearance?
There was an image of him on the television, and he had built a castle,
It was
and
when
then
they
he
were talking about
crushed
egg
it.
yolks. at
And
the
it
beginning
was
of Regina Johnson.
he was on the moon.
I don't remember seeing anything.
No, it was in there. You'll see it when you rewatch it.
I mean, I saw the little castle on the moon that got blown up.
he
There
was
was a
standing right there.
little-
It was a bright blue
There was
light.
a little blue
okay.
bright light. in
Yeah.
it.
And I think that really what stood out to me about that was that castle looked exactly like what I'm assuming is Ozymandias' castle.
I'm pretty sure it is.
We're
Sure.
fairly sure that Jeremy Irons is Ozymandias.
Well,
I'm
Simpsons
pretty sure.
Ozymandias,
Oh,
yeah.
does it? Okay, well, there you go.
Oh,
So
okay, well, there
he
you go.
is. I mean, that's the plot of Ozymandias. So
Well, yeah, I mean, like, he was the guy who had to do the right thing, which was,
he's Thanos.
yeah, he did the right thing. He was the bad guy for it, but at the same time, he did the right thing for the right reasons.
It's true. In the end, he kind of saved the world by killing a bunch of people. So
Yes. So,
you got to make sacrifices.
You know, we've got all of that.
we are here at the Knights of the Drunk Watch to not support genocide.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, nobody said we
I just said
support
sometimes you
genocide.
have to make sacrifices for the greater good. I was not saying
And
let's
sometimes
kill
you just have to
everyone.
walk out on the side of the road and die.
We mentioned Jeremy Irons, Ozymandias. You know, his introduction, you know, rides up, castle,
Oh my God, that
all
was the
looking
best.
spiffy, fine, butler, you know, groom, Next scene, he's
naked
typing on a typewriter while his
little old maid is massaging his thigh.
Coming up from doing something.
No, she's massaging his thighs because he was writing.
To which my response was, where do you get that job?
Yes, I would also like to sign up for that. And then we also were thinking that possibly he could be those two could be like
the
AIs
butler
or
and the maid
robots
could be
or something.
robots, AIs, things like that. The way that he spoke with them, the way he kept dressing them.
However,
and the way that he didn't know that you should use a knife instead of a horseshoe to cut a cake.
They just had their Windows 10 update, so they're having some problems. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry,
okay,
there's
we'll read that later.
There's some crazy shit happening.
The
news is on the TV behind the camera, and there's some crazy shit happening in this world right now.
But I think that what came out of this was that was really interesting was his like fixation with watches, because he said he's writing a play. And then there's 5 acts. That's really important.
Mm-hmm. 5 acts of tragedy.
And he wants the 2 people in his 2 AIs to play lead roles. So they're going to be important.
They're going to be carrying out some of the bad shit.
And he calls it the Watchman's son.
The Watchmaker's son.
The Watchmaker's son. And then he's given a watch. And then the 7th Cavalry have
their little manifesto,
like the tick-tock.
Yeah, they have their manifesto
and they're
terrorist act.
watch batteries.
Yep.
And they kept saying, tick-tock at the end of their, thing. And that's when we're introduced to a bunch of the various policemen, whatnot, who wear the different masks.
Yeah, the policemen seem sort of more like a cult than like an official like company.
Well, like the street cops wear the yellow mask, but they also have their characters.
Well, there's like lieutenants
characters.
and like I guess they're like higher up in the
detectives get to wear masks.
The detectives get to wear cool masks, whereas like all the lackeys and rookies get to wear the yellow
detectives
ones.
get to wear mascot heads.
Panda.
They all have their Watchmen identities. Night Sister, Pirate Jenny,
True.
And then we get introduced to a faction of the cavalry that is collecting watch batteries for some reason.
Possibly to make a dirty cancer bomb.
No, that was a joke.
No,
he was kidding about it.
They were saying that.
No, he was joking about it, though. He was like, oh, yeah, they're making a giant cancer bomb.
But apparently that was something that had happened in the past.
Well, no, that the synthetic lithium had caused cancer.
Yeah, but...
From probably people wearing watches with synthetic lithium.
Right.
Well,
I don't
did
think
anybody
necessarily...
notice anybody wearing watches in the show? Was nobody wearing watches?
Well, everybody had like weird little pager things. It's a very weird combination of super futuristic pagers. And then like really backwards. It's interesting. But we get to meet them. They go after them with the Night Owl vehicle.
Yeah, the Night Owl
that they then crash
thing, which has a very limited altitude.
Mm-hmm. And then Don Johnson does some cocaine at a family togetherness.
Sings a song.
If you're gonna walk away from your family middle dinner to do cocaine, remember to wipe your nose.
Please do cocaine responsibly. So we here at the Knights of the Drunk Watch do not support cocaine.
What she said.
But and then we get our big knock over the head.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of creepy how, like, it wound up being that one guy in the wheelchair sitting there after he just randomly asked, do you think I can lift 200 pounds? Which didn't seem important, or it just seemed like crazy talk at the time. But then once he realized what was happening, suddenly that line seemed really messed up and creepy.
Yeah, it definitely made me wonder what was going on.
And also, he knew the identities of people.
Yeah, because he was
that was him that called. Because we don't know if he's the one that called on the phone.
But he had clearly he was sitting in front of her bakery. So when are you going to open? When are you going to open? I mean, because honestly, you can only put up a sign
on his head,
that
I'm not
says
sure if
future business coming for so long before anyone gets
I'm pretty sure his head lump was just a head lump.
Unless he's AI too.
He said he was over 100 years old.
No, he was that kid.
Right, but we don't know what's happened to him from then till now. So how can he lift 200 pounds? Maybe he's either got superpowers or he's a fucking robot.
And I think that pretty much draws everything all together. Am I agreed? Yeah?
Sure.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about? We're really excited about the show. I think it's going to be
Oh,
really
I
good.
can't wait to watch the rest.
Well, the question is, if Don Johnson is a good guy, why did the black guy kill him?
If the black guy killed him.
If he's even dead, we don't even know. But we did get a really interesting classic Watchmen image. I mean, we got the yolks that made the smiley face, so that was good. But then the very last image that we saw was his badge had fallen.
The blood spatter.
And then the classic Watchmen forehead blood splatter, because that's a big part of their logo, because they have the smiley face with the blood spatter on the head.
Agreed. So
I
think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, no, we'll be back here watching it. If this is your first time with us, please hit subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you can get notified whenever we put up videos. Also, we don't talk about this a lot, but we have a store. Just the link should be either below this video or really any of our other videos.
This is
you can
news
buy
to me.
Yeah, great. You can buy t-shirts with the Knights of the Drunk Watch logo designed by the fabulous Mark B. Robbins. You can get cups, you can get koozies. There's all sorts of really cool stuff. So check out our store. Super inexpensive, and you can sport our colors. They're really nice. The t-shirts are really nice. We have them. We like them. I think that's it. Yeah?
I think that's pretty much it.
Oh, check us out on Patreon. Give us $1.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll send you messages on when the next thing is going to come up. As Andrew said, give us $1. Patreon.